the perfect pair. Sooner or later, everybody learns that in this ever-vast and ever-changing world, the road you walk will never be simple or easy. There's no point in trying to fight it. That's just the way it is. Just when you think you've got everything settled, life will swoop in and remind you who's really in charge.
I hate to be a wet blanket, but I think they know we're here.
Oh, you don't say.
Hey, what's with the CQC stands? What happened to your pistol?
We had a bit of a falling out, so to speak.
Well, in that case... Here, I got a present for you.
8:45. What a gentleman.
That's not a good sign.
Like I said, life will knock you on your ass if you're not careful. It'll laugh and make fun of you while you sit there, wondering just how the hell did things end up like this. Now at this point you've got two choices. Either sit there feeling sorry for yourself, or you can pick yourself up, kick life in the face, and keep on pushing.
Come on, let's go!
No need to tell me twice! Got any bright ideas, Leon? I'm drawing a blank over here!
Well, if we can't get these guys to slip, how about we give them a few rounds?
They're still coming! It's like a swarm of bees!
Hold that thought!
What?
Guess that swarm's been cooked.
What?
Might have overdone it though. You like your steaks medium rare, right, sunshine?
Why am I attracted to you again?
That's my girl. Why do we always get assigned to these?
Assigned to what?
These forced recon missions. It's obvious that if they're sending the both of us in, there's something really bad going on. Why not send the cavalry in from the get-go? Blow the place up and call it a day.
They probably just want to put their best foot forward. And don't forget, every time they do try to do that, the cavalry gets their asses kicked and they end up calling us in anyways.
Well, in any case, hopefully we can find out what's making the suits upstairs all hot and bothered. The phrase madman with access to bioweapons got old a few outbreaks back.
You know what gets me all hot and bothered?
Tight spaces?
Blueberry pancakes and breakfast in bed.
That does sound pretty nice.
After we're done here, let's put in for a few days worth of R&R. I want sex, snuggles, and pancakes, and I want them now.
In that order, I imagine.
We could always mix things up a bit. We could snuggle while having pancakes, and then have sex.
What about having sex with the pancakes while we snuggle?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Whatever you say, sunshine.
And just so you know, I'd never forgive you if you cheated on me with a pancake. Speaking of sexy times, I've been practicing my dirty talk, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I know I'm not the best at it, but
That's putting it lightly.
I got it this time.
Let's hear it.
Leon,
Yes, sweet cheeks?
we should make a sandwich together.
A sandwich.
Yes.
Are we talking about a hoagie or something?
No, like a sexy sandwich.
Uh-huh.
You know, with the salami going into the bread, while also being accompanied by mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, and 2 slices of pepper jack cheese.
You know I love you.
I know! Damn it! I thought I had it that time. Ugh. I can never get the dirty talk right.
Hey, it's alright. You know what they say. Actions speak louder than words. And your actions are some of the loudest and sexiest I've ever heard.
Leon.
I know you're more of a woman of action than a woman of words, so don't worry. Awkward dirty talk or not, you're still my number 1.
Thanks. And despite all of your terrible puns and one-liners, you're still my dreamboat.
Hey, don't pretend you don't love my one-liners. A little bit of fun never...
What's wrong?
Hang on. My brain is working. What do we have here?
Looks like some kind of secret passage.
Well, there's only one way to find out. If I said age before beauty to you, what would you do?
Considering that I'm both older and, more mature and more beautiful than you, I'd probably just laugh it off and go in first.
Really?
Yeah, but then I get my revenge later while we're rocking the bed together.
Meaning?
Teeth.
Duly noted. Guess I'll, just go in first then.
I tell you, Maria, my plan is foolproof.
I don't care.
By combining all of the existing viruses into a single big virus, I now hold the world in my hands. Much like a cocktail, each virus's unique characteristics have been combined to make the ultimate viral concoction.
That's not how it works.
I keep telling you, Maria, a little imagination goes a long way. Injecting myself with this will strengthen my body, strengthen my resolve, and strengthen my musical talent.
You'll die.
Let me tell you something, Maria. In my youth, I witnessed the sheer power that just one of these viruses has. I was left starstruck and in awe for many years after the fact. It wasn't until I found the music of the great Neil Diamond, felt that sweet Caroline rush, that I was practically newborn.
Don't make song puns.
I was enthralled with Mr. Diamond's musical catalog. His every strum, his every word, his every performance resonated deep inside me, and I picked up a guitar and performed his work across the globe. I knew that by dressing as him, speaking as him, performing as him, I'd be able to share my own revelations with the world.
You were nothing but an impersonator.
I was a celebrator! I could never impersonate the great Neil Diamond. I celebrated his work. At every half-empty venue and every sleepy HOA I played at, I spread the majesty of his work. With a backing track ripped straight from Mr. Diamond's masters, I and I alone stood on each stage and delivered a performance that conveyed Mr. Diamond himself.
Isn't that what an impersonator does?
Fine, I was an impersonator. But, regardless, this new viral cocktail of mine will change the world once I inject myself with this.
I told you before, injecting yourself with that garbage will just result in your death.
Perhaps, but there is a second phase to my plan. It seems as though our audience has finally arrived, Maria. I hope they're ready for the best show of their lives.
Whatever. Don't forget our deal. Leon is mine and mine alone. Do what you want with the woman.
Love is such a fickle thing, Maria. If you ask me, you should forget him and join me in my worldwide conquest.
I never asked you. And Leon is my world. As long as I have him, nothing else matters.
Suit yourself. Very well. I'll deal with Miss Valentine. You can have your Leon.
I intend to.
Guess this is the lab. Not a bad setup, all things considered.
Look at all this data. Somebody's been a very busy bee.
Yeah, it's all here. Diagnostic reports, virtual simulations, the whole 9 yards.
The bittersweet honey of evil.
Seriously, what's with all the beat buns?
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest night of your life. I am proud to introduce the intrepid Leon Kennedy and the fearless Jill Valentine as supporting players to my grand final show.
Hey, that's Leon S. Kennedy, asshole!
Keeping your castmates in the dark rarely ever pans out. Why don't you show yourself before your final curtain call?
All in due time, my dear. Now, a bit of a stage direction, so to speak. Mr. S., I'd like for you to head over to the facility's command center. There you'll find my most trusted subordinate, and a healthy dose of nostalgia as well.
Nostalgia? I'd like for my past to stay in the past, thank you very much.
And what about me?
As for you, Miss Valentine, you can meet me down at the docks of this place. There, we can have our final dialogue before the show really begins.
Why do we have to split up? We'll just both go to you and...
Do that, and my subordinate will unleash a new reckoning onto this world. Do the reverse and ignore me, and I will do the unleashing. Face it, you have no choice but to obey. I will not have my final performance be ruined by a couple of amateurs who think they know better.
How should we play this? I'm not exactly thrilled about dancing to this guy's tune, but...
We don't have any other leads. For now, we'll play along and see what he has in store for us. You remember how to get to the command center?
More or less. Just have to keep heading up. You gonna be okay getting to the docks?
Should be. I just have to head straight down. Be careful up there, okay?
Same to you. Only... Lower. Let's rendezvous on the surface once all is said and all is done.
Once all is said and all is done. Gotcha. Catch you later, Dreamboat.
Catch you later, sunshine. Looks like this is the right place. How the hell do all these madmen get these things built in secret anyway? You'd think a couple million in some high-tech equipment would trip some sort of alert out there.
You and I both know the best climaxes are the ones you never see coming.
Maria.
Leon, look at you. The embodiment of my anger, my resentment, and most importantly, the purest of my love.
Ugh.
1 year ago, I met you in a bar in New York. I was lost in darkness until your sweet smile and even sweeter tongue opened my eyes to life.
You know, I never paid off my tab at that bar. Should probably do that next time.
You fell into the seat next to me, your words captivating and enticing me. You spoke of how you were tired of this melancholy we call life. Tired of being used as nothing but a tool by your own government. And by some harlot who would never love you.
Oh yeah. We met around the time I cut Ada out of my life. Man, I was crocked almost 24/7 back then.
But I knew I would love you. We were but two ships in the night. Two stars in the night sky who had met after they had both been forgotten by the world around them. No place to stay, no place to exist, except in each other's arms. Before I left, I gave you the key and address of my hotel room, fervently awaiting our later rendezvous.
Yeah, about that.
I was a pure maiden, waiting for her soulmate to claim her, to passionately enter her world and become all that she is. But you never came. Seconds, minutes, hours, days went by before I realized that you would never come. You would never come for me. But at that moment, I knew I was coming for you.
Look, Maria, you were a nice girl, but...
Enough! No more honey-eyed words, Leon. I'm
Honey?
through waiting. You will take
These
me
bee
right
puns
here,
are getting
right
ridiculous.
now. Intercourse! Sexual intercourse! I want to sleep with me. Pain is not the only thing that we could feel together.
Somehow, I doubt that.
Only you can quell the burning I feel inside me. I want you, Leon. And I want you now.
Well, sometimes wanting does not get me.
Where the hell could this guy be?
The stage is perfectly set, and I am perfectly ready. Everything is perfect, 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 perfect. Nothing can stop me now.
I wouldn't be so sure, asshole. Now I'm only going to say this once. Drop to your knees and put your hands above your head.
Start the concert with a bit of dramatic flair. I like your thinking, Miss Valentine. Maybe on the home release, I'll edit in a shot of me crying out to the heavens at 50% speed. A slow, heart-rending scream to showcase my true inner thoughts.
You know who I am, but I don't know you. Maybe if you introduce yourself, I'll consider becoming one of your, fans.
I am Dylan Blake, the famed Neil Diamond Celebrator.
Never heard of you.
What about Dylan Blake, Neil Diamond Impersonator?
Still doesn't ring a bell.
Well, in any case, it soon will. In my youth, I
don't care who you are or who you think you are. I'm here to stop you, haul you in and call it a day.
Even after you stop me, even after I'm gone, you'll remember who I am. You'll remember me as the man who stood up to the world, as the man who stood on the stage of existence and gave the best performance of his life. The glory of my last show will stay with you until the end of your days.
I don't think so. You're not the first madman I've dealt with, and you won't be the last. After we're done here, I'm gonna go home and have sex with my boyfriend.
I see. In that case, I'll just have to put on a show just for you. A show so great that even you will remember who I am. In my hand, I hold a vial that combines every last one of Umbrella's beautiful viruses. Injecting myself with this will transform me into a true star that will burn brighter than the sun!
You're gonna burn bright, all right. All those viruses will fight each other for control of your body. The mitochondria inside you will work overtime to provide energy for all its new masters. The end result is you turning into the human equivalent of a road flare.
I know. That is why there is a second stage of my plan.
Second stage?
In the water below me is a massive BOW shark. After my infection, I will be devoured by my aquatic friend.
What?
As our cells mix together, my consciousness will transfer over to the sharks to create the ultimate performer. I will be unstoppable.
When your energy-hungry cells are quickly exposed to massive amounts of potential like that, your whole system will overload and you'll essentially explode. There's no way your plan would work.
But it could work. It could happen. I'm a believer of fate and karma. With all that the world has done to me, this one last wish of mine will have to be granted. And what about you, Miss Valentine? Right now, as we talk, your so-called boyfriend is having a little rendezvous with an old flame of his. Maria, my assistant, still yearns hungrily for him. Perhaps fate brought those two together for a...
There's no chance of that happening. Leon and I have both been through a lot. The two of us have loved, lost, and loved again. We both understand that's just the way it is. That's life. This cruel world of ours will chew you up and spit you out, and all you can do is grit your teeth and keep on walking. Leon, he keeps me sane. He keeps me human. If it weren't for him, I'd have turned into some stupid, overly tough, big-headed character to cope with it all.
But Leon is just a man. Men are fickle creatures. I should know. I am one. Maria's told me of all the seductive techniques that she plans to use on Leon. Even he would fall for them.
Leon, the darkness inside me can only be vanquished by you. Without your passion and fill my dark hole with light. Thrust it in with great force from every angle. And jam it in. Penetrate my maiden barrier and say goodbye to balls.
Goodbye, balls!
Leon won't be won over by a few party tricks. It's the feelings behind the sex that really matters. And he's shown me time and time again how deep his feelings for me really are.
Oh, please, spare me from your sappy love story. I've heard it all 1,000 times before.
It's true. I'm not good at expressing myself, but Leon understands me. He's all that and a bag of chips. When I come home after a hard day at work, he cooks me dinner and listens to me complain. After we have sex, we snuggle and he whispers sweet nothings in my ear until I...
As great as all of that sounds, I don't care about any of this.
But why?
I've been thinking. That guy couldn't get over his past. He couldn't move on and it drove him crazy. Being stuck in a rut can really do a number on you, huh?
I guess so. How'd things go with that old flame of yours?
She was the same as always. A bit too gaga for me, so I had to break her heart. For good this time.
From what it sounds like, you had to do that before. Do you think it'll stick this time?
Don't worry. I think she finally got the point.
This is not the penetration I had in mind. No.
Maria had her demons. She spent more time looking in the rearview mirror and less time on the road ahead of her.
You make the road by walking. That's what Chris used to say.
So did Claire. Do you think they're enjoying themselves? Up there in heaven?
Maybe. I bet somewhere up there those red fields are giving the angels a run for their money.
Yeah.
We'll see them again someday. When our time on this cruel world is over. We'll see them again.
Here's hoping. I miss them.
I miss them too.
Looks like the cavalry has finally decided to grace us with their presence.
About time. It's been a long day. I want to go home and shower.
So do I.
Good, because you're going to join me.
Sounds like a plan. Sex and snuggles afterwards?
And don't forget the pancakes. Blueberry pancakes. I'll bring the cake and you can bring the batter.
You don't use cake to... Oh, hey, that wasn't bad. Your dirty talk's getting better.
Is it? Well, how's this? After we combine all the ingredients and make sure that the pan is at an acceptable temperature.
Never mind, there it goes.
Hey, I'm trying.
I know.
If I told you, you know how to go and break my heart in two. 'Cause I would anyways. We'd end up like always. You know me, you better show me that you could say it to
Hey, Leon? Can I ask you something?
What's up?
Do you ever think about how things could be different?
Of course I do. Nothing wrong with it, it's just human nature.
I know what's done is done, but I can't help but think about what our stories would be like on the other side.
Other side?
I mean, it's like a record. There's an A side and a B side to those things, right?
Uh-huh.
And if we're on the B side, then what would things be like on the A side?
I get you. If this side is our slow ballad, then maybe the other side is a rock and opera.
Right. But if that's the case, then which side is right? Which side is better? What if we're on the wrong side?
Don't worry about that. A certain redhead told me a long time ago that the best part about music is that if you don't like a certain song or genre, there's thousands and thousands more out there for you to try out. Now, of course, the same person was also a rabid Queen fan, but still.
I get the sentiment at least. Well, in any case, I'm more than happy with the side that I'm on.
Me too. I'm glad you're with me, Jill.
This wild ride called life would be unbearable without you two, Leon. All these twists and turns can really throw a girl off her edge.
What can I say? Life's a carousel.
More like a circus, if you ask me.
That's probably a better way to put it.
Where are you going?
Just going to make my circus girl some breakfast in bed. Some corned beef and hash, some eggs, maybe some pancakes, blueberry. You know, the good stuff.
Throw in some coffee and you'll be a regular angel, Leon.
Well, I do try my best to make heaven for everyone.